Hello, thank you for taking a minute today to learn about YSI's newest high-performing pH sensor for field measurements, the 6589 Fast Response pH Sensor. It can be difficult to make good pH measurements in the field. Sensors often behave one way in the lab and differently in the field. All in situ pH sensors currently on the market may exhibit this erratic behavior for a couple of reasons. Many times, advanced sensor age and cold operating conditions may increase a sensor's internal impedance. In addition, moisture, grease, and other contaminants may foul a sensor's external connection. These conditions usually increase a sensor's response time and degrade its slope. YSI has always promoted careful maintenance and cleaning of the connectors on our instruments. However, working conditions in the real world are often less than ideal. As a result of these real-life operating conditions, a pH sensor's high impedance measurement system can develop response and performance issues. For this reason, we have developed a new pH sensor called the 6589 FR, or Fast Response. This new pH sensor provides fast response and increased stability over standard pH sensors, despite the wear and tear and maintenance history of your instrument. To achieve this enhanced performance, YSI has installed signal conditioning electronics within the pH sensor. This design has its own power supply, making the 6589 FR backwards compatible with every 6 series sonde with a field replaceable pH sensor. The sensor is under warranty for 1 year. However, the sensor's power supply has a calculated battery life of 2 years. Here is the pH slope of a YSI 6561 YSI standard pH sensor. This reading was taken with a standard pH meter at room temperature, and the sonde's external connector was clean. The readings show a good slope, and the sensor has a fast response time in buffers. Now here is the same 6561 pH sensor in a sonde that has a slightly contaminated pH connector. You can see that the slope and response time of the pH sensor have been affected by the contamination in the connector. This sonde has had an average service life, and over time, microscopic amounts of dirt, grease, and some moisture have collected in the connector. This not only affects the sensor's slope, but also slows its response time. Low conductivity and cold temperatures often make this situation worse. Most field users notice this problem only occasionally, usually when taking pH measurements in water with lower conductivity than the pH buffers. Here is the slope of the new 6589 FR pH sensor, taken on a pH meter identical to the meter that tested the standard pH sensor earlier. Now look at the slope when the 6589 FR is installed in the same sonde with the contaminated pH port. The slope is virtually unchanged, and the response time remains fast. The 6589 FR pH sensor is rugged. Even under worst-case conditions, such as a lot of water flooding the pH connections, the sensor continues to perform reliably. Under these ultra-wet conditions, the new 6589 pH sensor performs like a superstar. Benefits of the YSI 6589 FR pH sensor include faster response time for sampling and profiling measurements, faster response time in low ionic strength conditions, and faster response time in cold water. Inquire today about using the 6589 Fast Response pH sensor in your monitoring and applications by contacting YSI. Thank you and happy monitoring.